what keeps me up at night? As if I haven't given you enough problems to deal with already, these three things I'll throw out there: quantum computing, deep fakes, and some more cybersecurity I'll throw at you. Quantum computer, if you aren't familiar with the issue, basically the security and encryption that all of our emails, all of our privacy, all of our commercial transactions rely on right now can be broken with quantum computers. When those quantum computers will emerge on the scene en masse is a little up in the air. China claimed that they broke the standard encryption techniques earlier this year, unconfirmed, but if it's not here already, it's coming very soon. Governments around the world, commercial organizations, Forbes, CIA, you name it, all saying this is a huge problem, we need to fix it. We need to get post-quantum security that can withstand quantum computing. A lot of promising technology out there, but until it's perfected, this is one of those things that will keep me up at night. Okay, deepfakes. We talked a little about this earlier. This all started as Hollywood special effects, fantastic for the entertainment industry. This one in particular I like. It's brand new with the singer's Johnny Cash. He's singing Barbie Girl. All right, and it's an obvious fake, but listen to how realistic it is.
Hello, I'm not Johnny Cash. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life in plastic, it's fantastic. You can brush my hair, undress me everywhere. Oh, come on Barbie, let's go party, 'cause I'm in a Barbie world.
Okay, that's pretty impressive, right? Doesn't that sound just like Johnny Cash? Here is another use of deepfakes. This one's a little more troubling. Have a listen.
This mom got the scariest phone call of her life. On the other end, she hears her daughter crying.
She's like, "Mom, I messed up," as she's crying and sobbing.
Then a man gets on the line and claims he's kidnapped her 15-year-old daughter, Bree.
He's like, "Listen here, I've got your daughter. You're not going to call anybody. You're not going to call the cops." And I just put the phone on mute and started screaming for help.
The kidnappers demand $1 million before reducing it to $50,000.
I, at that point, started screaming at them that I want to talk to my daughter again, which they refused.
But here's the thing. Her daughter had not been kidnapped, and that was not her begging mom for help. Her voice had been duplicated by a scammer using artificial intelligence.
Okay, so you see the potential bad uses. This one is a video, and it's completely generated from scratch, a video of Morgan Freeman. Just look at the realism of it.
I am not Morgan Freeman, and what you see is not real. Well, at least in contemporary terms, it is not. What if I were to tell you that I am not even a human being? Would you believe me? What is your perception of reality? Is it the ability to capture, process, and make sense of the information our senses receive? If you can see, hear, taste, or smell something, does that make it real? Or is it simply the ability to feel? I would like to welcome you to the era of synthetic reality. Now, what do you see?
I don't know about you, but I saw Terry somewhere in there. So a picture used to be worth 1,000 words, and a video used to be worth 1,000,000. But with deepfakes, seeing is no longer believing. And think about this technology taken out of Hollywood, transitioned into the banking industry, into commerce, into courtrooms. As a former prosecutor, that scares the hell out of me. Or into propaganda, into news. Fake news out there can be a very, very destabilizing thing for the entire globe. So deepfakes is definitely one of those things that I am concerned about. I think the world is a much safer place when people know what they can and can't believe. Okay, third on this list of keeping me up at night is cybersecurity. This is where we're going to spend the most time. This is where we're going to wrap up the conversation. Every good strategy needs an offense and a defense. And we've already talked about AI. A lot of organizations are using AI as their offense to improve operations, streamline things, cut cost. And I think that is a great plan. That is a great offense. But as you increase your dependence on AI, you also increase your cyber vulnerabilities. There are more surface areas for electronic attack out there when you're using AI. Not that there weren't enough already, but it just increases your risk. So as you expand AI, you have to also expand your cybersecurity defense as your defense. And for a lot of people, a lot of businesses, a lot of organizations, a lot of people in your category, cybersecurity is a mere afterthought. I'm hoping that that's not going to be the case with this group when we're done here. If you haven't seen one of these already, consider yourself lucky. This is a ransomware notice. Typical one like this is what it's going to say for if a company gets hit with it. Hey, bad news, we've just encrypted all of your files. You've lost access to them. But here's the good news. If you pay us $100,000, we will send you the password to decrypt everything. If you don't send us the $100,000 within 72 hours, we're going to double the cost to $200,000. And if you don't pay us within 7 days, you will never see your files again. For a lot of people, for a lot of companies, this would be devastating. And then they say, listen, we're monitoring you, and if you reach out to the law enforcement, you're never going to see any of this data again. But all you have to do is click here, pay with Bitcoin, and you'll be good to go. Now, the good news, and again, I like to share some good news. The good news here is that these cyber criminals, although they're bad people, they're pretty reliable. Their business model depends on them actually decrypting these files for you, sending you that password where you can decrypt it if you pay the ransom. Now, I'm on the FBI's AI task force, and to be clear, the FBI recommends you never pay that ransom. But a lot of people do, and so I want to talk you through the options. Basically, I'm going to give you a list that includes several cybersecurity companies that can walk you through the entire life cycle here. So to help you make these decisions of what to do, how to respond, how to recover from these incidents. But make no mistake about it, you are targets. I want to make sure that this message does not get lost in this crowd, and I can tell it's sinking in.